Good morning. Here we are on April the 7th, the day before Easter, and this is a little of what's pretty in the desert. Spring is absolutely glorious around here. We revel in every new leaf and flower because we know it's not going to last long, and it's such a miracle. So this is just a little bit of what is pretty in the desert. Because so much is just dry and dead. In a few months, that's what will happen. In my garden, I've already picked all the Swiss chard and the spinach, and that big purple thing, I think it's Swiss chard. I think it's pretty, so I'm just letting it go to seed. Our fig tree has a lot of figs on it already, even though it's small. So we're looking forward to that. The yard, you might notice that we really haven't done much this week, and all of the progress has actually taken place on paper. And what we were able to do is finally agree on the design of the structure, the size, and so forth, which was no small accomplishment. You can't imagine the discussion that went on in trying to decide how big and where it was going to be. Roxy's inspecting the location. This drab, dreary area will be where the tea house is. It's going to extend out into the desert area about 4 feet, I think. And that wrought iron will come down. We'll put up a wall. We're going to make it a rock wall, so it'll have some aesthetic beauty to it instead of just the wall, the existing wall. Here's our Texas oak that we're so proud of. It is absolutely beautiful in the fall when it turns red and orange, but in the spring it's pretty spectacular too. A little bit of home. We love it. Our contractor has been on vacation this week, so we haven't been able to actually finalize the shape of everything, but Don Davis with Saguaro Pool put in our driveway a few years ago, and we were so pleased with that. We want him to do our pads in the back. He does a good job, and it's also a reasonable price. So he has a free week the end of April, and I think that's when our pads will be poured. And once we get that done, we can actually start seeing some progress, because we can go ahead then and landscape the rest of the yard, put in the gravel, the rock, and the plants. And then the structure will be the last thing we work on as the boys have time. This side yard will look a little bit better too. I know I said we were going to finish it in a year. Actually, I think it'll be finished a lot sooner than that, definitely by the end of this year. But my friend Caroline's birthday is in March, and I promised her tea in the tea house for her birthday, so we plan to have lunch there next March. But I'm sure by Christmas this is going to be finished. We're going to have to take out that big tree behind the wall. I'm not sure what kind of a tree it is. It just came up on its own, and it's already become diseased, and it's actually sitting in the same spot that one of our posts for the structure will be. So we hate to lose anything green in the desert, but it's going to have to go. Here's one of my crepe myrtles. We have 3 here, and they'll turn pinks, orange, and red during the summer, and they seem to thrive in the desert and the heat. Then over in the corner here, I planted a Chinese pistachio. It was actually a stick when I bought it, but I'm pleased it has begun to leaf out, and evidently it does well in full sun. Then it's a nice corner tree, they say, and survives temperatures of below 10 below 0. So it should be happy here, we'll see. And it should fill up this corner. This is my grape. We had a giant grapevine once before, Thompson seedless, we shared with the birds. Had to get rid of that when we put in the dining room, but it makes a nice shade. If we put a pergola here, I'm not sure what we'll do. It's kind of an awkward location. So Christopher has the plans that we agreed on this week. And like I said, once you get the plan down, then you are pretty well set to go. Honey, you want to show us the plans?
I was just admiring your Meyer lemon.
Oh, I forgot to talk about that. Yeah,
There are little lemons on it.
really. I bought a Meyer lemon this year. It's a dwarf, and it already has a lot of little lemons. I'm so excited. I hope it does well. We have rats out in the desert. They tend to bite off things and carry them off, so I put this screen around here to protect it. Yeah, giant rats. It's not easy to grow anything in the desert. Do you have the plans for the structure? Oh, that's better.
There we go.
There we go.
So the pool house, and this is where the tea house is going to go.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be a really basic structure with 4 posts and a roof on it. And we came up with a great idea this week about doing a stone wall in back, so it makes it a little more interesting than just the regular cinder block wall.
And that works in all those ingredients of a Japanese gardens, all the natural stone, water elements, stone, water.
Right, you're going to have that great fountain you found, and the stone, and all the wood. Will be really, really beautiful.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll have kind of a traditional Japanese curved roof to it. So.
Oh, that'll be beautiful. Yeah. And how much of this are you going to be involved in? How much can we count on
However much you can rope me into.
Free labor, free labor. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Next week. We should have the contractor out this week, so maybe we'll have a little bit of progress. Bye.
Great.